welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to stop by and hang out with me. For those of you who are new here, my name is Evangelette. Today I'm going to be covering basic belly dance posture, and hopefully this video helps you to find that for yourself. Not only am I going to be covering the basic fundamental belly dance posture, I'm also going to show you the basic belly dance natural hand posture. For those of you who are wanting to learn belly dance, this is the place to start. Absolute most fundamental part about belly dance is the posture and getting it correct and making sure that you're constantly making a note of it, because when we eventually go to layer on some movements my daughter is going to chime in. When we go to layer on some movements, we want to make sure that we're not going to hurt ourselves and we really are taking the best care of our body with our posture. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That way I know to make more tutorials for you guys in the future. So the first thing I want to cover is basic posture for belly dance. This is the most important fundamental thing of belly dance. So is to how to maintain good posture, because we want to take tension off of our spines. We don't want anything getting hurt when we start to do lots of layering and all that stuff. So okay, so starting with the feet, we want the feet to be about hip width apart. Now that, you know, some people, I mean, it depends on your body, but a lot of people think that that's actually wider than what it is. So your feet need to be directly underneath your hips. So just kind of imagine a line going straight down from your hips. That's where you want to be. Now this is about shoulder width. This is about shoulder width. So when I say shoulder width, that's shoulder width. So our feet are going to be right under our center of gravity, basically. We want to feel stable when we learn belly dance. So this is starting with our feet. Then as you can see, my knees, moving up to knees, my knees are going to be soft. They're going to be slightly bent. It's like a micro bend. So this is straight. We don't want that. We also don't want bent in basic posture. Sometimes our knees need to get bent in order to accomplish some of the movements that we do, such as some of those deep shimmies. But for basic belly dance posture, you want a slight bend in the knee. So it's kind of like a micro bend. Not straight, not bent, kind of in between those two. Moving up to the pelvis, this is me just kind of standing in my normal everyday human posture. There's a natural curve to the spine, to the lumbar spine. We want to take that and tuck it in just a little bit. We want to imagine our pelvis being parallel to like a table, like a tabletop, something flat. So our pelvis has a natural tilt, it has a natural forward tilt. So we want to kind of tuck that back just a little bit, something very stable. So it's holding our weight, it's taking pressure off of our lumbar spine just a little bit. It's not anything too crazy. It's not, you know, a full pelvic tuck or anything like that, but something comfortable that's not your natural posture. Okay, this is going to be a great building block for us to be able to have more range of motion. Okay, moving on. The next thing we want to do is elongate our torso and make that look as long and lean as possible. So that's the illusion that we're trying to create with our body and our posture. So when it comes to the torso, we want to kind of slightly lift our chest. Now, when you slightly lift the chest, you're going to feel the upper part of your back between your shoulder blades. You're going to feel those being engaged, because in order to lift the chest, we have to engage some of our back muscles as well, and that's why belly dance is a full body workout. It's not just an abdominal workout. So our chest is slightly lifted. It's not anything too crazy, because when we're in neutral position, we want to be able to either lift from this position or drop from this position or slide from this position. So when we're in neutral position, which is a soft chest lift, we can't be all the way up or all the way down, because then that gives us nowhere to go with our isolations. I hope that makes sense. So we want just a slight lift, and that way we can still lift from that position or we can drop from that position and then go back to neutral. So I hope that helps you find your happy medium. Following the chest, we're going to extend our arms to a neutral position, which is, if you can imagine your arms going straight out to the side, that's where we don't want to be. We want them to be slightly in front. We can see them in our peripheral vision. So if you can see your hands, that's great. And we don't want them to be too far out and obviously not too far back. Showing you the arms from the front, so we're going to go straight out and just slightly in so that you can see both of your hands in your peripheral vision. And last but not least, in order to create the long and lean look, we want to be able to lift our chin slightly. That's going to give us an elevated, elegant appearance to our audience. This is also going to make us appear confident as beautiful belly dancers. Here's my normal everyday human posture. Just a slight head lift. Slight lift of the chin. If we go back and review all of the body parts, we're going to start with our feet, then our knees, then our pelvis, then our chest, arms, and chin. And this is your basic belly dance posture. And from the front. A lot of beginners find it very difficult to remember the basic hand posture of belly dance when starting out. I know I did. I know there's a lot of tips and tricks that I've heard other belly dancers do, and I know for me it was definitely hard with the other 1,000 things that you have to remember when learning belly dance. I tell people that belly dance is like doing this times 10 with your entire body. Do you feel me? It's a lot. So I'm now going to review the basic hand posture for belly dance. Now, there's so many different hand movements that you can do, and you can kind of expand on things, and you really have free range. But there's one basic kind of neutral hand pattern that we use, and you'll see it a lot just in basic posture, which is basically having your hand with your middle finger slightly below the rest of your fingers, and your thumb is engaged. So that one's also dropped slightly lower than the rest. So this is basic belly dance hand. I'm going to show you it from different angles. So this is from the side. This is from the top. And underneath. And here's the other side. So as you can see, here's my hand, normal hand. We're going to take our middle finger and drop it slightly lower than the rest of our fingers. And our thumb is going to drop from its natural position in line with the fingers to slightly below as well. Now, I've heard people doing some crazy things, and if it helps you, then go for it. But I've heard people putting rubber bands on their fingers to keep them there, to keep them where they're supposed to be. Ultimately, after you do this for a while, you're not even going to think about it. It's going to become muscle memory, and at first, it definitely feels weird. The other thing that I've heard people do is that they kind of imagine the belly dance hand as like a lobster claw. Which I think that one's pretty funny. But if it helps you remember, then that's what works for you, and you should do what works for you. So technically, it kind of is a little bit like a lobster claw with the middle finger down. So if you're really struggling with this, you can absolutely think of the basic belly dance hand posture as a lobster claw, and you can start from there and work your way up to dropping the middle finger to the natural posture. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please check out my other videos if you want to learn other additional movements. I do have a playlist called Belly Dance How To. I cover belly rolls, I cover flutters, which is a more advanced move. I really try, my goal with these tutorials is to be as thorough as possible. And if you guys have any requests or questions, please leave them down below. I do like reading those. And again, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.